Hi, Robin Gilholm here with Jawbone Tools. This video is about an enterprise that I pursued many years ago, not so much lately. I got it into my head years ago when I lived in Mitchell, Ontario, to try to build stone posts in the shop in the wintertime. To me, it seemed like a way to, when they eventually sold, it would be a way for me to recapture my winter months when I was idle. So I busied myself for a few winters and built a lot of posts, all shapes and sizes, and since then we've even done some gate fabricating, and eventually they would sell. This is about the last pair that I have right now. I guess I got one at the shop I want to take down to my mom, but I went a little off the beaten path, and I've never been entirely happy with these. They're beautiful, it's good tight work, beautiful stone, but the way they scaled out, I wanted them to be delicate. That's why I kind of put the waist in, but I think I got them too heavy on the top. I think there's too much mass at the top, and so once this man landscapes, and he'll probably get some lighting on the front. He wants to put signage in, obviously. Once it's all finished, I think they'll be quite stunning. But a lot of masons are critical of their own work, and I am that way. But stylistically, I wish if I did these again, I would change the proportions. We did the concrete work. Usually if it involves work we're doing, we will crib up and pour and like cast the concrete elements to suit ourselves. It's probably better economy to go to a precast place, but I always kind of like fiddling with concrete. We did not do the foundations here. Generally we do. I guess he did the best he could. He got them kind of skewed off, but once he's backfilled here, I guess that won't show too much. And we always go down 4.5 feet at least. The last thing I want is to drive by a set of posts that I put in and see them not plumb. So we take the time concrete's not that expensive. We generally dig the holes by hand, nice and sharp like a grave. Key the hole out at the bottom so there's a good anchor down there. Put a collar up above grade so what shows above grade is nice and square. We usually make the foundations oversized, and then we 45 the top corner of the foundation to the dimension of the base of the post, and it really does set off the posts. So all I've done today, I came early because I wanted the benefit of the laser. These things are kind of a waste of energy when the sun comes out. Maybe if you buy an expensive one you can get away with that, but I just could barely see the beam to line everything up this morning. I've done the back pointing. All I got to do is come back later this afternoon and point it up the final time, put the points back on the caps, and then one thing I maybe should do, and I think I will, I'll bring the generator and a grinder and a diamond cutter, and I'll put drips in these. That couldn't hurt. Anything that keeps water off the post is a good idea. So anyways, wouldn't call this a money maker. The man has been admiring them for years, or so he told me. He finally approached me and we worked out a price. Things like this that are off the beaten path, it's just where the buyer and the seller meet and how motivated each is in their own agenda. And I probably have 120 or 150 hours in these if you include the concrete castings, and so I wouldn't even want to do the math to see what I ended up paying myself, but it was speculative to begin with. So I'm just glad they found a home, and I hope the customer is delighted with what he's purchased here. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.